Okay, in this program, we're going to practice using format, which will help us to modify and format the look of our output. Okay, so as you can see over here, I copied and pasted what was in the problem in module number 3. I have the dictionary over here, and as we talked about before, dictionary has items. Dictionaries, they usually have items, and each item has two parts. The first part is going to be the key, and the second part is going to be the value. Okay, based on this dictionary, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 items, or 5 pairs, if you want to think about it this way. Okay, so the question is like asking you that we want you to print out the contents of this dictionary in this format. Okay, so I gave you this format, so you have to have like make it nice as a table basically. How can I do that? Well, using format, I will be able to print out something like that. Make it nice, make it clean, so that will make it like beautiful even for the user, okay, to attract the user. How can I do that? Okay, well, first let me start with the dictionary over here. This is my dictionary, okay? So I'm just going to copy it and paste it over here. This is the same dictionary that I have on my problem, okay? All right, cool. So now let me go ahead and try to print the header, which is going to be the Pos and Lang, okay? It's short for position and language, okay? So as you guys know, I'm going to use a print statement. I'm going to use just a basic print statement at this point without making any modification or anything that makes it look nice, okay? So I'm going to say print, what is the pause and space Lang, okay? And if I run it, it's going to print it. Is it exactly the same? It looks like exactly the same, but it's probably not the same, especially if we have another columns probably not going to be aligned. But if in order to make it aligned, make it looks nice and fixed, okay, we better use format. Okay, we better use format. How can I use the format over here? Well, as we saw before, if you want to use the format, I have to put between quotation marks, okay, whatever. This is going to be the string, is going to be this one, and then I'm going to have dot and format. I'm going to format this string, okay? So far so good. I'm going to delete everything over here. Okay, so here's kind of like think about it as a template. Okay, this is my string, then I'm going to apply the format on it, and this is going to be the values that going to be inserted inside my string. And for each thing I have in my string, I'm going to have what they call a placeholder. This is the first placeholder, and this is the second placeholder. Okay, and here I can have the values that I want it to be displayed in these placeholders. Okay, so the first one I can use, for example, over here, and the second one is language. Okay, and if I say run, it's going to run it and it's going to display it. But it's not necessarily going to be always the same. So there is with the format, I can actually utilize something. I can align them because I want, look at these columns later on. I want everything to be aligned. You see over here, the languages, all of them, they're aligned. Same thing with the numbers over here. Okay. How can I use alignment? Well, in format, we can use the colon operator, and then we can use less than. Okay, and then we can use after that any number we want. Let's say 5. I'm going to explain this one for you right now. So the less than is saying align the string that is going to go in this location, align it to the left, and use 5 spaces. Very simple. So when I'm going to try to print pause, it's going to be aligned to the left because the sign is less than, and it's going to use it 5 locations. Okay, let me try this one. I'm going to explain it to you more. Here you go. I'm going to run it. Take a look over here. So 5 locations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 location. And this one over here, this one is actually from the one over here I added. Okay. So what happened over here, I told Python, print this word in this location, but not just print it as is. I want you to print it with nice format. I want you to align it to the left and use a room of 5 characters. So if the word is 4 letters, it's going to have an extra letter space on the right. If it has 3, it's going to have 2 extra spaces on the right. If it's 2, the size of if the word over here is 2 characters, it's going to have 3 places on the right. Okay, so let me switch this sign and show you something. If I say make it aligned to the right, look at that, I flipped the sign. What's going to happen? It did flip it. Look at that, the spaces over here, 1, 2, they are at the beginning. They are added over here. Is this all about the options where we can align it? No, we can actually align it to the center. We can make it centerized. Okay, so you can see it from here. I have 1 before and 1 after, and the word was in the middle. How can I use it? How can I center it? I can make it centered by hitting Shift and number 6. Okay, you will get to make it centered. But the question doesn't want it to make it centered. We want to make it aligned to the left. So I can repeat the same thing by saying, okay, for the second output, I want you to align it to the left, and let's make it 10. Okay, let's make the size 10. And that's what's going to be holding over here. That's where the lang is going to go. Okay, so let me run it. Yeah, probably you're not going to see any difference in the output at this point, but let's go ahead over here and continue. All right, so I have over here, I have to print a dash line. So I'm going to say dash. This is just the way I like to do it. I'm going to say dash, and then the dash is going to be times 15. Okay, and then I'm going to say print dash. Okay, let's run it over here. Here you go. You see, I'm building it piece by piece. I finished these 2 lines. Now I'm going to go ahead and print each item individually. Okay, after I print the lines, I'm going to go ahead and see what do I have over here in my dictionary. Later on in this course, we will learn something that will help us to print them in a very smart way, basically using something we call it loops. But for now, we haven't learned loops, so we're going to print each item or each pair individually. We're going to print this one first in 1 line, this one is 2nd line, 3rd line, and this is 4th line and 5th line. Okay, so we're going to go ahead over here and print them, each one of them individually. So I'm going to say print, and then since I'm going to use the same format, I'm going to recommend you guys to do the following. I'm just going to use this one because I want to use the same alignment. Okay, this is what's going to be in my string. Okay, I want to be aligned the same way. Okay, then I'm going to say format. What is going to be in the first column over here? This is going to be the key, which is, I have it over here as number 1. Okay, I'm going to say 1, and then the second column is going to be the value, which matches this key. Okay, I'm not going to type Python. I'm just going to say the name of my dictionary, which is D, and between brackets, I'm going to give it the key. And this one is going to return to me the value, which is Python. Okay, let me do it again. Here you go. I get it cleared up. Now let me do the rest of it, and we should be done with this exercise. I have a couple of them. Okay, and now this is going to be for key number 2, and this is for 3, and this is for 4 and 5, and I'm going to do the same thing over here. Okay, and I'm going to run it, and here you go. All right, I want you to try this exercise by yourself. Try to change the format or change the alignment over here, and just try to observe the way your output's going to look like. But if you have a question about printing out some tables like that, you should follow exactly the specifications of the questions. And thank you.